Tell the story of how some of Silicon Valley, including some of your district, has turned away from the Democratic Party. There's some prominent leaders who have, but there's some people also who aren't necessarily famous who are now attracted to the Republican Party, to Donald Trump. What mistakes did your party make to alienate some of those folks, do you think?
So much of it is unfortunately generational. I mean, the honest truth is people under 50 in the tech world really turned away from the Democratic Party and some to the Republican Party. And I think it was almost masked because a lot of the big names, the John Doers, Reid Hoffman, are still Democrats. And of course, there are a few big names like David Sachs, Elon, who went Republican. But the broader challenge is, why did we lose so many of these younger tech leaders? And I'll tell you why we lost them, why we may get some of them back. One, they didn't like the attacks on free speech. They thought that we made them feel too judged, too much like they were the problem, not free to be able to speak their mind. Two, they didn't like what they saw as an administrative attack on technology and entrepreneurs. I believe we need sensible crypto regulation, but some of that went too far, where people who were in this industry weren't being allowed to have bank accounts, were being demonized. That rubbed them the wrong way. There was a concern that we did not support and understand why technology development ultimately can be good for America and good for the world. So I would say those are the reasons we lost them. Now, what makes me think that they're having pause? And this, this is not anecdotal, scientific, but for probably every 10 people we lost to Trump, I would argue 7 are still in Trump's corner and 3 are now having doubts. Doesn't mean that the election wouldn't be the same result if it were tomorrow. I mean, Kamala Harris still may lose, but 3 are at least having doubts. And they're having doubts on blanket tariffs. They're having doubts on the attacks on universities and the way that he's done it. They're having doubts on the international student pause. I mean, Silicon Valley has a lot of them, including Elon Musk. And they're having doubts about just the chaos of the economy that has taken place. And they don't like the cuts on medical research, NSF. But we still haven't won them over. I would put them in, okay, they're now a little bit uneasy. But we still have a lot of work to do.